Have you ever caught yourself chasing applause, waiting for someone to notice your grind, hoping someone finally says, "I'm proud of you"? Here's the truth. The moment you rely on outside validation, you give away your power. This world will love you one moment and forget you the next. So if you're going to prove anything, prove it to yourself. This isn't about ego. It's about self-respect. Let's talk about why chasing approval will drain you, and how reclaiming your worth from within will change everything. We're taught from a young age to seek gold stars, to measure our worth by grades, trophies, likes, followers, compliments. And when those things disappear, we panic. We feel invisible. That's because we've outsourced our self-worth. We wait for permission to feel good about ourselves. But listen closely. You were never meant to be everyone's favorite. You were meant to become your best. And that doesn't always get cheers. Sometimes it gets silence. Sometimes it gets hate. And if your confidence crumbles in the silence, then it wasn't real confidence. It was borrowed. External validation is temporary. Internal validation is permanent. When you operate from the inside out, you stop needing applause to take action. You stop shrinking when you're misunderstood. You stop changing who you are just to fit in rooms you've outgrown. Instead, you start asking different questions. Am I proud of how I showed up today? Did I do what I said I would? Am I better than I was yesterday? Because that's what self-trust sounds like. That's what self-worth feels like. No filter. No followers, just you versus you. Here's what no one tells you. Living for recognition will burn you out. Why? Because no matter what you do, it will never be enough for people who don't see your value in the first place. The moment you tie your peace to people's praise, you've given them the remote to your emotions. They can mute your joy. They can change your volume. Let that sink in. You become a prisoner to opinions when you were built for freedom. Your value doesn't increase because someone finally claps for you. It increases the moment you realize you don't need the clapping to keep going. So what now? You stop begging for approval. You stop explaining your path to people who aren't walking it. You stop waiting for someone to believe in you, and you become your own believer. You wake up, look in the mirror, and say, "I'm proud of who I'm becoming. I trust my process even if no one sees it yet. I don't need to prove it to the world, just to the version of me from yesterday." That's real power. That's real freedom. You don't need a stage to feel worthy. You don't need validation to show up strong. You just need to know this. You are already enough. And every win from here on out, that's just a bonus. So, stop waiting for the world to clap. Clap for yourself. Every time you show up. Every time you grow. Every time you keep going without recognition. Because the day you stop chasing approval is the day you start attracting peace. You were never meant to live for their applause. You were meant to live in your power. Prove yourself to yourself, and watch how far you go.